Over the weekend, Rickey Smiley dropped a bombshell. A DNA test revealed that he is the father of twin 5-year-old daughters. News that he received on the anniversary of his son Brandon's death. Smiley called the revelation a gift from God, adding that he already had a relationship with the girls because they were friendly with his grandson. Now, while Rickey's admission was salacious alone, I may have discovered a link between the two via Rickey and his baby mama's Instagram that confirms a deeper relationship before their children were conceived. But first, let me set up the story. If you kept an eye on Rickey Smiley's social media, you've probably seen the two beautiful girls featured prominently. However, the mother, Miss Alecia Neal, was noticeably absent from these posts, and this is where things get messy. After Rickey released his interview and a few posts on the subject, the man previously thought to be the twins' father posted an emotional video. He expressed his anger and heartbreak, revealing that he had just learned the girls weren't his biological children. He also alleged that the mother and her family always knew that Rickey was the father. But that's not all he alleged. That Rickey and the mother had a romantic relationship spanning 17 years. What's even more shocking is his insinuation that their relationship may have started when she was underage. Now, we don't have any proof of this, so please refrain from waving the PDF flag. That is Miss Alicia's story to share, should she want to at some point. But adding more layers to the drama, Alecia, feeling the heat based off of what these two men said, took to the Shade Room comments to defend herself. In her response, she claimed that Rickey was one of the first people she informed about her pregnancy. This suggests that Rickey may have known about the possibility of his paternity from the beginning, even if now he's only addressing it. Now, Alecia has since restricted her Instagram, which is completely understandable. Having the world, including me, poke holes through your life, yeah, that is never fun. But I wanted to find the truth, or something close to it. And so a quick deep dive into her social media raised some eyebrows and turned on some light bulbs for me. For one, she created an Instagram for the twins. At first I was like, girl, for real? And linked it to Rickey Smiley's page and his daughter's page. But then I thought about it. It's 2018, 2019. Remember when that was all the rage? Yeah, there's like mommy bloggers and twin bloggers, and people are out here making money. So she had two beautiful girls. So I was like, you know what? That makes sense for the time. The first picture on the Instagram appeared around February of 2019. For 5-year-old children that were born full term in February 2019, conception would have been around April or May of 2018. If the children were premature in any way, that day could have happened around April of 2018. But here's where it gets even more interesting, y'all. And remember those dates, okay? So in March of 2018, she posted a meme that seemed very hopeful. Getting your first degree after 21 is still an achievement. Being married after 30 is still beautiful. Starting a family after the age of 35 is still possible. And buying a house at 40 is still a boss move. Don't let people rush you with their timelines. I know what this is. She was feeling good. And my thoughts, something new is happening in her life. On April 30th of 2018, she posted a picture of Rickey Smiley's book, encouraging folks to read it because it was such a great read from beginning to end. Yes, girl, support your man. So it's likely she was in a relationship with Smiley around April of 2018. Clock them dates. And then there's a series of posts that also caught my eye. Again, this is all alleged and entertainment, so do not trip, okay? Here's my thought about Alecia having worked in social media all these years. She's an intentional poster. She's a professional. She wants to be regarded as a woman of value. It's clear that she's conscientious about what she posts. In May, she reposts the Shade Room's coverage of Rickey Smiley, Tyrese, and Brad pledging to purchase a car for a young man who was walking to the bus for his graduation. Then on June 5th, she posted beautiful vows of a man and his bride. Then a day later, she posted these two things. One, a video of herself on Rickey Smiley's boat. Now, if you're not careful, you might actually miss him. But while looking at Smiley's page, I also saw this same boat several times. She would have been likely maybe aware of her pregnancy. I guess this like the second and third time you're pregnant, I feel like you know the day of, like the moment of, but it's likely she didn't know, but she was definitely in the zone, if you know what I mean. Later that same day, she posts this meme. Don't try to prove yourself to anybody. If someone doesn't see your gifts, talents, and who you are as a person, it's okay. You're not meant to build with everyone, so don't take it personal. Even Jesus' brothers didn't believe in who he was until later on. Familiarity breeds contempt. Now, if you went on a fabulous date with your boo, yachting, if you will, would you post this on the same day? Now listen, this is all speculation. I have no proof. Definitely not saying that anything is fact, but I could see how a young woman, 30 years old, super smitten with a Rickey Smiley would want a relationship. And this could be a response to something that she didn't want to hear. It could be her way of encouraging herself to move forward, even though she may have not gotten what she wanted. Later in August, she reposts one of Smiley's posts proclaiming how funny it was. In my mind, she was still supportive and or friendly with them. So, in contrast, Rickey referred to her as an ex-girlfriend in one of his videos, which is the gentlemanly thing to do. And while I say that, it's clear that there might have been some overlap with the other alleged father. And with that, all I have to say is, shit happens. I don't judge her for that part because I know how relationships can be with these celebrity types, especially if you've been dealing with this man for years. They come in, they go out, they come in. Their relationships can be very unconventional and sometimes only benefiting the celebrity, especially if they're married or with other people. It's clear the mother has stayed in the background for years, but her Shade Room comment was her breaking point. She defended herself against Rickey's narrative, which paints him as the good guy in this very messy story. Her comment and the former alleged father's emotional video suggest there's actually more to the story, especially if Rickey knew about her pregnancy all along. The way that he intercepted this story and made himself seem like he was the victor really bothers me. Before we go any further, let's be real. Children come into the world all kinds of ways, and the kids are not the issue. Let me say that again. The children are not the issue at all. What's problematic is how Rickey Smiley handled this revelation. Sharing this deeply personal information felt like an attempt to control the narrative, making himself out to be the saint while glossing over the complexities that these other two individuals have to go through. Shoot, the whole family at this point. If the mother did inform him early on, and if their relationship had questionable beginnings, then Rickey has explaining to do, and not leaving it all on her. Also, Rickey put her in a precarious situation, assuming this man wouldn't go to the internet to air out his own grievances, vilifying Alecia and said family members for his own pain in dealing with the revelation. He's still a human being, guys. Like, he had a relationship with those kids. Did he think that the man would just go somewhere and DIE? Come on. This could have been handled privately. We did not need to know this level of detail. I mean, Rickey is old. Hell, I don't know how many kids he has. If Rickey had chosen to stay silent, it's likely the former alleged father would have never spoken out. At least he wouldn't have gotten the attention that he has now. And the mother would have had the autonomy to reveal her side of the story on her own terms. But now the internet is involved, and as we all know, the internet does not forget. The lesson here, don't try to spin the story when there are receipts floating around. If you like this video, comment, give me a thumbs up, and most importantly, subscribe.